This is Daniel from Crash and Burn, and you're on Collision on Voice FM.
Now I have Daniel from Crash and Burn on the phone. Hi, Daniel.
G'day, how you going?
I'm good. How are you?
Thanks for having me on. I'm good. Thanks for having me on the show.
It's been quite a while since we saw you. You did, of course, come and visit us in the studio one night.
We did.
It's got to be 18 months, 2 years ago, doesn't it?
Close to. I'd say you're probably right on the money. You would know. You've probably done your research, whereas I've sort of off the cuff at the moment.
Well, that makes two of us.
That would have been with our old guitarist. Now has been replaced.
All right.
Yeah. So.
I didn't realise you had a new guitarist.
Yes, we do. Well, amongst other lots of new things. Obviously, it's been a while, so there's lots of prospects and lots of new things happening.
There is.
But yes, we.
Go on.
Sorry? No, it's all right. You were going to say something. But
I was going to say there is new music because you've got a double A-side single out.
We do, yeah. That was released out on the 1st of April. So, I guess, it's out now.
Yeah, which is called Sever and Don't Bury Me. How come the decision to do a double A?
Well, main sort of reason was because we actually haven't released anything in quite a while since our first album release, and also because we have a new guitarist, so we thought we'd get in the studio with him and see how it goes, and basically so see what we can come up with if it's sounding fresh, or see what people's reactions are to the new sort of sound, and basically gauge reactions and get something going, and, something fresh and new for people to see. A whole bunch of things, basically. So, trying to tick a lot of boxes with this new release.
Well, I think you're doing that. You've actually made a video for Sever. Did you make one for the other track or not?
We're in the stages of talking about doing a video for that one. So that one shouldn't be... It either will or won't happen. We'll know within a week or so what's going on with that. But basically, we're pushing to get another one out as soon as possible, obviously, because it's just 2 tracks. We want to make the most of basically the 2 songs, because we think they're both very individual to their own sort of thing, and that was the whole... If anyone sees the front cover or stuff to release for the press release, you've got the new album cover, basically, because it's a double A-side single that's going to get released for an upcoming album that we're going to release, hopefully, early next year. So that was the premise, is to get some music out there quickly. That way, get people sort of more interested in sort of the new sort of style of what we're doing, and then hopefully I'll get some people on board for the album and get people interested and, gain some new fans.
Yeah, and you just answered one of the questions I hadn't even asked yet then about, is it going to be off an upcoming album?
Okay. Oh, there you go. So, it's, the whole artwork and everything, that's all aimed at an actual album.
Yeah, I was going to ask... Oh, go on. Sorry, I thought you'd finished.
No. No, I can just ramble on for hours, so you have to get your words in when you can.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask, are you planning to do much touring on the double A-side single, or are you planning to make 2017 a big year for Crash and Burn?
We're going to do a little tour that we're planning, basically just do some regional shows, so we'll hit up Ballarat very soon for a show, which should be pretty cool. Because we've never played there before, although we have done your show. We've actually never played in Ballarat, so something that we want to tick off the bucket list. But I'll have to speak with you later for that, so we can see what's the best venue and all that kind of stuff. All teeing up of chess pieces to get into a game. Yeah, and look, if we can, we're going to do some out-of-state stuff, but at this stage, being at where we are financially and as a band, it's very difficult to sort of move off to the other states, and I'm sure you get it a lot. I don't understand sort of, how much is involved in sort of, getting off the ground yourself is very difficult.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to ask about the artwork before, and then you said something else I wanted to ask about, but let's start with the artwork, seeing as I mentioned that. Is that in band, or did you commission that? Was it the artist's idea or yours?
We sort of have an idea of sort of a yin-yang sort of theme. So you've got night and day. It's sort of represented there on that front cover, I think very well, but quite incognito at the same time. So it's sort of like you have to know what it's about to sort of, I guess, grasp it, because Yeah, so it's circular. It's not actually based on anything other than, you got your light side and your dark side. And Sever and Don't Bury Me, which are the two singles, they're sort of drastically apart as far as like musically and dynamically, and even subject matter wise, they're completely different. So that's the kind of angle we wanted to go with, sort of. You have the light side and the dark side, but yet the music is the opposite way around. It's very crash and burn to like overcomplicate stuff, but that's where we landed with it. As far as the artist and commissioning and so forth, we actually have very lucky to have a graphic designer, basically John, which is the drummer of Crash and Burn. His brother is a graphic designer, so he designs and does all our artwork. Always has. We just come with an idea, or he'll shoot us an idea and basically just shoot us across some renderings, and then we'll sort of pick them down to one or two and go from there with that. So we're very blessed to have him on board, and he's done all of our artwork across the board, like whether it be for our logo or anything. So yeah, it's right out there to Rob Rankins, that's his name. We really appreciate that and everything you do. So yeah, that's where we sort of landed. I hope it comes across that way, but who knows? And the video clip, again, I'm talking too much, was done basically through a friend who was in a band called In Volume.
Oh, yeah?
His name's, Daniel James, and he works for 9 News and all that kind of stuff, but on the side he does all the video and all that kind of stuff. So we just basically gave him the song, and we said, you know what, we've come up with ideas for our previous clips and all that kind of stuff, or whatever. Just, you take it and do whatever you want with it. And he sort of just went to town and did his own thing, and that's what came out of it. And we're very, very much pleased with the way that came out. So hope we're going to get him on board for the next video clip, and hopefully something even better comes out of it. We're trying to get other people creatively involved in the band and not just us, you know what I mean? Because someone who's an audio-visual is going to have a lot better idea of how something should look than somebody who's not, you know what I mean? Like, we're going to try to get the best people that we can for the job that that we're basically trying to do.
Yeah.
And all sort of happening very fast. And when it does, you might go through little slums and stuff, but when it does kick along, it kicks along really fast, and a lot happens drastically fast. So it's a roller coaster, which we very much have become accustomed to sort of, riding, and we're hoping to ride that roller coaster as far as we can go.
Well, I was going to say then, are you actually content to keep, pushing it and then having some time off, or are you hoping that when you push it one day, you're going to be able to push it further?
We want to push it as far as we can go. Obviously, there's only so far you can go by yourself. We need help. We need, people support us along the way and all that kind of stuff, and that comes down to having a good fan base and people, liking and watching our music. And at the end of the day, it's not overlooked and it's not unappreciated, whatever happens, So we like to sort of think to ourselves as we appreciate like everybody and everybody's input to what we do, and whether that's negative or positive, it's input,
Yeah.
But along the way, we're definitely aiming to push as hard and fast as we can go, but we're all sort of, we all got responsibilities outside of band, obviously. We've got to keep the motor ticking along, but it's hard, when you've got to do 2 or 3 jobs to maintain, I guess, what like people would think is a hobby, but it's not realistically a hobby for us. It's something that we want to do. It's a career path that we want to proceed with, but you can't do that without, support at the end of the day. And we definitely are pushing for the highest quality that we can achieve with what we've got.
Yeah, you make really good music. I mean, your first album and the new singles are pretty awesome. But you said the video clip maker works for 9 News. Is there any chance he's going to slip your video or album or singles to Richard? What's his name?
The guy that's nicknamed Dick? Yeah.
No, the one that does the entertainment reporting at Channel 9.
Oh, I'm hoping so, but he's just a runner at the minute. Like, he's not really high up in the sort of the camera work kind of side of things. He more does the editing.
All right.
So,
damn.
But look, having a foot in the door is a foot in the door, and definitely, I'm guessing if he become runs across, if he gets any opportunities, he'll definitely do that for us. He's a nice bloke, so
right. Well,
I'm sure he'll do the best he can with it for us.
As long as Richard, what's his name, doesn't listen to this interview and get insulted because I can't remember his name, you'll be right.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm sure. You know what? He probably is listening. knowing my luck, and he's just like, fuck those guys. You know?
Can I ask how long since you actually did a live show?
We did one. It would have been like a month ago, or 2 months probably.
All
2
right.
months ago. So it's not like been years or anything. Like we've been just doing one or two, you know, every couple of months or whatever, just to keep up in shape. But I've got a couple more coming up. One on the 6th of May. That's at the Elephant and the Wheelbarrow in St Kilda.
Right.
And then there's a couple more coming up from that. But we're going to start booking more. So we'll be looking to do, you know, like get those going ASAP for the release of this single.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants some bands to play or has something going on, feel free to email us or SMS us or whatever you want to do via Facebook or our main website.
Crash and
I'm sure
Burn
Kat will tell you later. Yeah. crashandburnband.com.
Yeah.
It's pretty straightforward. So we're always looking to do interesting new things and meet up with new bands, make new connections and help, you know, the local scene. I've sort of made a commitment to myself and just, you know, saying that, you know, everyone says that, you know, rock music and all this kind of stuff is dying in this country, but I disbelieve that completely. And, you know, I make a commitment to sort of do at least go to 2 live shows a month because I've got to be part of the solution and not part of the problem.
Good on you. I agree.
You know,
like, that really shits me that a lot of bands complain people won't come and see them play, but then they never go and see random bands play. They'll only go to a show for friends playing in it or something.
That's correct. Yeah, well, the thing is, I see it as more so it's like, you know, I've got to keep the industry alive because at the end of the day, I've got to hope and pray that, well, not pray, we're not religious, just hope that things will, you know, pick up and increase. And I really believe that the market for Australia at the moment is dying because we're not investing enough time into the kids.
Yeah, and people,
you know what I mean?
Other musos, other people in bands only go to a gig if they're playing in them.
That's right. They're not going to go and see a band unless they're from America, and, you know, basically that's not a good attitude to have.
No.
I don't believe anyway. Like, you know, yeah, if you like the band or whatever, you want to go see them, they happen to be from America, that's fair enough. But, like, there's so many talented bands in Melbourne especially over, you know, even any of the other states. We've spoiled for choice, really. And the venues are diminishing and, you know, availabilities are dwindling because people are choosing to listen to techno or, you know, other types of music, which realistically doesn't take a musician to make. And that's a statement. I'll stick with that, you know.
Well, I'm going to say actually to any Ballarat musos out there listening in some of these cooler, because you're, like you say, rock, but you're heavy rock, heavy alternative rock kind of sound.
And we definitely put in elements of, you know, whether it be, you know, yeah, we're definitely a more technical side of band, I would say.
Yeah, they should definitely get you on a show in Ballarat because I think that someone who's willing to support the scene needs to be supported by the scene.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm hoping. You know, it's a two-way street kind of thing, you know. And look, we do as much as we can when we can. Obviously, as you know, we've all got personal lives and stuff like that as well. And you know, as much as people like to hate to say it, being in a band is a business. And you know, for you to be able to support your business, you've got to be able to support the industry that you're in. You know, so.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just something we've realised over time. You know, we started as a band as muck around a bunch of kids, and now growing up, you realise, well, you know what, for me to keep doing this, I've got to reap the rewards of being in the industry, and we've got to basically lift it. You know, the game has to be lifted, and people have to start investing in their own people rather than outside resources. You know. So it only takes, you know, a few people put their hand up and it change the world, you know.
Yeah, awesome. Good on you. I'll tell people that they can find out more about you at facebook.com/crashandburnband or crashandburn.com. They should definitely...
Well, we appreciate anything.
Yeah, they should definitely check out the video for Sever because it's a pretty awesome video you put together there. As you said, though, you had help from a professional.
Yeah, I mean, he's a mate. You know, he's been, I wouldn't say a professional. Like, you know, he's still an amateur at what he does, and we like to invest in young people, you know, as well. You know, like anybody that has a creative outlet, you know, at the end of the day, no one wants to be stuck working 9 to 5 in a job for the rest of their life. You know, like I want to be a rock star, you know, but for that to happen, people have got to get involved. So, you know, whoever wants to, you know, basically hit us up, and we're more than willing to chat. Have you got any ideas or whatever?
Yeah, and the thing is, though, that people don't understand, you want to be a rock star, you want to play lots of shows and be able to afford to record more, but being a rock star is not an easy life. It's hard work.
Oh, that's right. It is a lot. It's not as easy as people think, you know, and people don't realise the hours and the sweat and tears invested into a band, you know, and the work that it takes to get to a level which, you know, you could actually make a career out of.
Yeah.
And breaking that barrier is a very, 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 very hard thing to do. So, you know, at the end of the day, I'm going to do music regardless, you know, of it. You know, I love what I do, and I'm going to keep making music regardless. But it would be nice to actually, you know, be able to make a living and actually do a lot more with my music than I'd have the current opportunity to do. You know, that makes sense. Like, think of if I had spare time, like all this time to make music, how much more music would come out, you know?
Yeah.
So...
I will. I'll let you go now, and I will tell people to get hold of Sever and Don't Bury Me, which is available on iTunes.
Appreciate that, and check out for our upcoming shows as well.
Yeah,
because we'll have some.
What was it? May? You said
6th of May. Yeah, it's the Elephant and Wheelbarrow in St Kilda. We'll be playing a show. So
I might have to get down there because, like, I haven't been there yet, and there's a lot of cool bands playing there lately.
Yeah, they've got a new guy on the management list, so he seems to be pretty good. So, but I'll put you on the door if that's okay. No problem.
Isn't it free entry there?
Well, then I don't know, actually, if I'm honest with you. But if it isn't free entry, you'll be on the door.
Right. Oh, thank you. Well, people are going to keep an eye out on facebook.com/Crash and Burn Band to find out. I'm pretty sure, like, it's Friday night down there. I'm pretty sure they're generally free entry.
Yeah, well, I would assume so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
So everyone's name will be on the door.
That's right. You come down, you're going to get in. No, it's true. Like, seriously, come on down.
Yeah, whether you've got to pay or not. I mean, because it's always usually cheaper than even just buying a vodka or something anyway.
Oh, that's right. But if you smoke, then it's like a quarter of the price. Yeah.
I was just going to say, it's actually not necessarily cheaper than buying a vodka in Melbourne. Definitely cheaper than buying a vodka in Ballarat, though.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I haven't had a drink in a while, so I'm due.
Oh, definitely. Have to do a big gig and get 6th of May. Get really drunk at the Elephant Castle. I'll come down and have a drink with you.
Sounds good. Because last time I saw you were hammered.
Oh, where was no?
We won't talk. No, we won't talk about it. All right.
It was probably at the Espy at one of the festivals. No. Oh.
Yeah, whole lot of love.
Oh.
Yeah.
Were you there?
Yeah, I was there. This is how drunk she was. She's like, "Oh my God, you've lost so much weight."
Oh, sorry.
No,
I don't remember. I was drunk.
Okay, you were very, very merry.
I was. And there was a lot of people I knew there that night, even though it's a tiny little place.
Yeah, I know. But it was a good time.
It was. Oh, God. It was great to see you, even though I don't remember.
It's all good.
And
I guess you want to get me off the line because you got to speak to somebody, don't you?
Yeah.
Very important person.
I will actually, I'll play both your tracks now, Sever and Don't Bury Me. How's that?
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, it'll be a first for Don't Bury Me because I don't think many people have heard it, so all the best.
Yeah, well, I've been playing Sever. I don't know why I haven't been playing Don't Bury Me, but I'll play them both now.
All right.
Double A side, and it deserves to be played. Thank you very much, Crash and Burn Band on Facebook and on the web. And I shall talk to you later.
You shall.